Ronda Rousey has had an illustrious mixed martial arts career. She has won 12 of her 14 MMA fights, and was undefeated until her loss to Holm in November 2015. During her MMA career, Rousey has faced some of the toughest fighters on the planet. From larger-than-life opponents like Gina Carano to up-and-coming stars like Miesha Tate, Rousey has persevered. Rousey's bouts have been swift and punishing, often lasting a matter of seconds. She has earned knockouts and submission victories alike, becoming a formidable force within the sport. The only 2 fights she has lost have been her most high-profile. Her first defeat came in 2015 when Holm completely decimated Rousey with a vicious pattern of strikes and kicks. Then in December 2016, Rousey suffered her second loss to UFC superstar Amanda Nunes. The bout lasted a minute, with Rousey being unable to withstand Nunes' ferocious assault. Many experts believe that the 2 deaths Rousey has suffered are not indicative of her skill level, but more a result of her being outpaced by the sport's advancing technology. The question of how many fights has Rousey lost is a pertinent one. Her 2 defeats focus more attention on her as a fighter, but her 12 victories represent an extraordinary record. Rousey has endured a brutal, yet highly successful career. Though she has suffered 2 losses, her extraordinary record and history of domination speak for themselves. Rousey will always be remembered as one of the greatest fighters in MMA history. Whether she has lost 2 fights or not does not detract from her legacy. To put into perspective how many fights Rousey has lost, consider the fact that she has wrestled, competed in judo, grappling, and kickboxing, and faced countless opponents. Rousey has been regarded as one of the best of her generation, and her 2 losses will not be the defining measure of her career. While she has suffered 2 defeats, Rousey has still managed to win every other fight. This speaks to her ability as a fighter and her unwavering determination. While it may be what we think about first when discussing Rousey, her 2 losses should be weighed against her many triumphs. Rousey's defeat by Holm in 2015 has been held as an example of how even the sport's top fighters can succumb to dominant opponents. However, Rousey rebounded from this defeat and returned to MMA action in 2016, reminding the world of her incredible skill. Her second loss to Nunes in 2016 was a shock for many, as Rousey seemed primed to take back her championship belt. Rousey has not been able to regain her title since the Nunes fight, although her reputation in the MMA world remains rock solid. Given her spotless career record prior to the Nunes bout, it is safe to say that Rousey has only lost 2 MMA fights. Nevertheless, it is easy to forget how many wins Rousey has achieved, and how dominant she has been throughout her time in the sport. Rousey has been a household name for many years, and her 2 defeats have not harmed her reputation. It is encouraging to note that despite her 2 losses, Rousey has remained a respected icon in the combat sports world. Though her 2 defeats may overshadow her accomplishments in some minds, it is equally important to remember her other successes. Looking back on her career, Rousey has always been a formidable opponent. The 2 fights she has lost do not take away from her remarkable run in mixed martial arts. Even though Rousey has tasted defeat, she continues to make her mark in MMA. Looking to the future, only time will tell if Rousey can return to glory.